Broadcasting on the Sports Quotient, Sports Radio America, and Spreaker.com, you're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe, the man who once managed to strike out in T-ball twice as an adult. And now, here is your host at the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Happy New Year, everybody. Remember last show when I complained about not having any snow, Josh?
Oh, yes, I remember.
Well, now we have it, and I wish I would have kept my mouth shut. But that's irrelevant. We have a great show for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We want to see what our panelists and contestants know about their sports knowledge this week.
Before we welcome in our first contestant, we'd like to encourage all of you to go check out our social media pages. On Facebook, you can find us at What's the Score, and on Twitter and Instagram, you can find us at WTS Sports Quiz.
If you ever miss a show, you can find it on iTunes and on Spreaker.com. Just type What's the Score in the search bar and click on the latest episode.
If you'd like to play our games on air, email us at WTSSportsQuiz@gmail.com or visit our social media pages and click on the pinned post at the top of each page. Also, if you think this show is worth at least $1, why not donate to our Patreon account? Just search What's the Score and donate today.
All right, let's meet our panelists this week. First up, he is a PE teacher and the head coach of the Cedarburg High School girls volleyball team. It is Jimmy Burg.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Next up, he is an avid sports fan who specializes in Wisconsin sports, and he is also a former co-host of the Bax and Grant Sports Show. It is Grant Coppersmith.
Hey, everybody. And Josh, I totally feel you. I did the same thing in T-ball, but not as an adult.
That's why I wasn't allowed
That's
to
a
play
little
T-ball.
embarrassing.
And finally, making his third appearance on What's the Score? He's becoming a regular on the show. He's going to take my job. He is a residential closing coordinator at Knightberry Title in Cedarburg, and he's also the former DJ of the Racine Raiders football team. It's Kurt Colburn.
Thank you, everybody. Happy to be here once again.
Here to play our first game is Brad Kostreva. Welcome to the show, Brad.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
All right, Brad, you are going to be playing our first game called Quotable Context. Game Master Scheibe will read you 5 quotes from the week's news, and you have to tell us the context of each one. Answer 3 out of 5 questions correctly, and you will win our prize, a What's the Score t-shirt.
Awesome.
Remember, if you do get stuck on a question, though, you are allowed to ask one panelist for help. Are you ready to play, sir?
Let's make it happen.
All right, here's your first clue.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
That is the famous phrase from what Seattle Seahawk player that had it officially trademarked this last week?
That was from DeMarcus Russell. Is that correct?
Ooh, that is incorrect. We were looking for Marshawn Lynch.
I knew there was an M in it.
Yes, you were so close, so very close. Oh, well, yes, Marshawn Lynch, the man of a few words. He goes by Beast Mode, Mr. Skittles, Marshawn if you're on a first-name basis with him. But no matter what you call him, it's likely he really won't respond unless you give him Skittles. Either way, though, here is your next quote.
We are 6-2 at home. Part of that is because the fans have come out in droves and given us home field advantage. I appreciate that.
That is head coach Jay Gruden of what team that has now captured the NFC East crown?
The NFC East crown, well, I believe that would be the Washington Redskins.
That is correct, sir. Well done. If you, like the rest of the NFL world, had been told at the beginning of the season that the Washington Redskins would be coming out of the NFC East, you'd probably be laughing just like I am. But for real, though. Not even true Redskins fans believed the news when they heard that they made the playoffs. They even thought that it was Steve Harvey up to his old tricks again, but that's not what ended up happening. Here is your next quote, sir.
Kobe, 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 Kobe.
That was fans at a Boston Celtics and Los Angeles Lakers game this week chanting as what legend led his team to a dramatic win?
I'm going with Kobe Bryant.
That is correct. Wow, how did you get that? He's back, baby. Well, kind of. Kobe did do what the Lakers needed him to do and help them beat the Boston Celtics, and he even had the home fans cheering for him, and somehow when a player retires, it's suddenly okay to cheer for him, even if he does play for the other team. Just don't expect that if you're a Packer fan cheering for the Bears, the Vikings, the Lions, or literally anybody else. Here is your next quote, sir.
We get to play extra football, and he'll be watching on his couch. That's what it's all about. We're playing for something, and this is a fun time of the year.
That was Houston Texans quarterback Brandon Weeden taking a shot at what team's owner, since they, thank the Lord, will not be making the playoffs this year.
I'm going to have to ask a panelist.
Who would you like to ask?
Who's going to raise their hand? Grant, seeing as you were looking at me.
Eye contact's dangerous, Grant.
I wasn't even looking at it. I was looking
You want
in
me
the
to-
other
would you like-
direction.
Would you like the question again, Grant?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can we get the quote again, Game Master Scheibe?
We get to play extra football, and he'll be watching on his couch. That's what it's all about. We're playing for something, and this is a fun time of the year.
That was Houston Texans quarterback Brandon Weeden taking a shot at what team's owner, since they will not be making the playoffs this year. You
There's a lot
can't
of
get
teams.
you can't give him the answer directly, but you can point him in the general direction of the team.
Oh, in the
Yes, you can't just hand him this answer. This isn't kindergarten.
okay. I don't even know the actual answer, so I couldn't even if I did.
He
Are you allowed to call in a panelist too, or
he cannot. You can't. A panelist can't use a panelist. If you don't know, you're gonna have to just.
The only thing I can that I'm randomly just coming off the top of my head is the Cowboys, but I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna go with that hint and just say Jerry Jones.
That is correct. Yes, Jerry Jones.
High five.
The Dallas Cowboys are not going to the playoffs. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Can I get an amen from the studio audience?
Amen.
There you go.
Amen.
Just needed to rub that in for a moment. But the fact, yes, the Dallas Cowboys are not going to the playoffs, and the quarterback that they cut just a few weeks ago, Brandon Weeden, led the Houston Texans to the promised land. They claim the AFC South title today. Just a side note, by the way, Dez did not catch it. Just had to put that out there.
Agreed.
Anyway, here's your last quote.
I'm in.
That was Jim Harbaugh during an interview when he was asked if he'd be interested in refereeing what event.
I have no idea, so I'm going to go to a panelist again.
You cannot. you
Oh,
already
nuts.
used one.
Okay.
Take a guess.
Let's go with the lingerie bowl.
That is incorrect. We were looking for WrestleMania. Virtually the same thing, but no. Harbaugh wants to be the official of a WrestleMania fight at the Big House. He wants to bring WrestleMania to the Big House. This is true in front of 140,000 of his closest friends. He wants to ref the Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan matchup, whether or not they would actually agree to it or not. But for some reason, though, thinking about Jim Harbaugh and WrestleMania just seems right. Something about that just really strikes you right there. So, Game Master Scheibe, how did Brad do on our quiz?
Brad got 3 out of 5 correct. That means he's a winner.
Well done. Thank you for playing, Brad.
When we come back, our panelists will get their first crack at questions from this week's news. Stick around. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz, presented by the Sports Quotient and Sports Radio America. Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe. We're playing this week with Jimmy Burg, Kurt Colburn, and Grant Coppersmith. And here again is your host at the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks, everyone. It's time for our panelists to showcase their knowledge about this week's sporting news. Jimmy, the
Yes.
Golden State Warriors lost a game this last week because who did not play?
That would be Stephen Curry.
That is correct. The secret is finally out. Golden State is just another team from Oakland when Curry's not on the floor. Since Curry's been on the team, they have posted a below 500 record over the last 3 years when he has not played in the game, which is a little surprising. And we heard about Klay Thompson and how good he is and everything too. But Curry's not on the floor. It's just an entirely different Golden State team.
All right, Kurt. The city of brotherly love saw some tough love after who was fired this week?
You know, and I thought about this week when I heard about this going, I bet that's going to be a question. That would be Chip Kelly.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly led the Eagles to back-to-back 10-6 seasons before going 6-9 this season. Coincidentally, and Grant, you'll appreciate this, Kelly was 20-12 before the season. Then he cut Tim Tebow, and then they didn't make the playoffs.
That's why.
I'm just going to leave that there. And
It makes sense.
Walk away.
He
slowly.
made God man.
Exactly. All right, Grant. A report came out this week that Denver Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning and other high-profile NFL players were accused of using what?
Oh, steroids. Is steroids the correct answer?
I mean, it's yes,
because it's a
but
type of steroid.
I'll give it to you. That's fine. We're looking for HGH, but it's
Okay, I was
going to
say
thing.
HTC.
That's a phone. But yes, that is correct, though. You got the right answer.
Close enough.
All right.
I think they made my flip phone.
When reached for comment, Manning was quoted as saying, "This report is so not true." On a more serious note, though, Manning does plan to cooperate with the NFL's investigation fully.
We're heading to a break now, but when we come back, our next contestant will take a tour back in time to 2015 and some of the greatest sports moments it produced. You're listening to What's the Score on Sports Radio America and the Sports Quotient. Happy New Year and welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe. We're playing this week with Kurt Colburn, Grant Coppersmith, and Jimmy Burg. And here again is your host at the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Coming up, we put our panelists to the test in our panelist showdown. But if you would ever like to play our games on air, why not shoot us an email at wtsportsquiz@gmail.com, or you can go and click on the links for our contestant form on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Our next contestant for this game, Josh, is very near and dear to our hearts, but also gets a shot at redemption. But everybody, please welcome back to the show, Jeff Scheibe.
Hey, Grant, it's great to start the new year out with you.
All right, well, hopefully you're going to do a little better this time, Dad. Don't let me down again.
You said that last time.
Baxter's dad lets him down every week.
This isn't about me. Anyway, all right, Jeff, you, and as many others might know, 2015 was kind of a crazy year for sports. We saw dynasties rise and fall. We saw air pressure given more airtime than it deserved. And we even saw, this is my personal favorite, Richard Sherman cry on national television. Game Master Scheibe and I will read you 5 questions relating to this year's major sporting events, and you will need to tell us who did it or who won it. Get at least 3 out of 5 answers correct, and you will win our prize, a What's the Score t-shirt. Remember, if you do get stuck, you can call on a panelist for help. Are you ready to play, sir?
I'm ready.
Here is your first question.
Who won the 2015 Super Bowl?
The Seahawks.
That hurts. That is incorrect. It was the New England Patriots. Nobody remembers the whole goal line play? Anybody? I was watching it.
I remember.
Yeah, we were all
it was only replayed
a
100,000
times. That's why Richard
times.
Sherman cried. It's all right. It
He
happens.
thought you said who should have won.
Oh, gotcha. All right, fair enough. Here,
No, he still got that
Plenty
right.
of time.
I'm going
Plenty-
0 for 5.
That's true. Here we go. Who won the 2015 NBA Finals?
Kurt? Do you know?
Way out on the West Coast.
You wouldn't think they were from this town with their name, but that helps at all. He was right with West Coast.
Way out on the West Coast.
I don't know.
The answer we're looking for is the Golden State Warriors. It's all right.
I
Happens to the
should have
best.
said
Still plenty of time.
WLC. That might have
Oh,
helped.
that might
That
have. That's
might
all
have
right.
helped.
Plenty of time. You
There
got
you
3
go.
more chances here to still win. All right. Here is our next question for you, sir.
Who was selected first overall in the 2015 NFL Draft by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
He's notorious for his crab legs.
You always go there.
Why not?
Sorry, don't have it.
Oh my goodness, that was Jameis Winston is who we were looking for. It's all right. It's all right. We're playing for honor now. No problem.
Yeah.
Here is your next question, sir. What scandal caused the most media attention over any other story in 2015?
Oh, that one I got. It's deflate.
Yeah! Woo!
Yes.
Here is your final question, Dad. What was the name of the horse that won the Triple Crown in 2015?
American Barrel.
Yes, that is correct. Well done.
Well done.
Well, Game Master Scheibe, how did your father fare this week on What's the Score?
Jeff got 2 questions correct. Unfortunately, he did not win this week either.
But
Well,
he got
Jeff,
those
thank you for
redemption
playing, though.
points.
He did.
Yes,
4
he did.
total now.
You
Yeah, that's
did.
true.
Don't
So
worry.
he's won.
Third time just might end up being the charm.
There we go. Well, before we go to a break, though, panel, we have a few questions for you. Don't think you're getting off easy after some of these things that happened in 2015. So, Kurt.
Yes.
Who was the winner of the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup?
Wow. That had to be, I'm thinking the USA women.
That is correct, sir. Well done.
All right, Grant, sticking with soccer, who won the MLS Cup in 2015?
They're from Portland.
You're halfway there.
Oh, something with trees. Yeah. I don't. The Timber Breakers. No.
I mean, you're basically there. Anybody else in the studio know? Jimmy?
It's the Portland Timbers.
Yeah, there we go.
I knew it was the Portland team. I couldn't remember their mascot.
We'll
name.
give. I mean, Game Master Scheibe, that's at your discretion. Who gets the point for that one?
Oh, I'm
0.75.
Can you give them halves to each?
going to say one each.
Okay,
Oh,
fair
wow.
enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And now Jimmy gets one more question as well, so he has a chance to completely assert himself in this lead. So, Jimmy, who won the 2015 NCAA basketball tournament? Men's basketball tournament.
That would be Duke.
That is correct, sir. Sorry to rub in the...
Had to go there.
I'm so sorry.
Had to go
I know,
there.
now
Hurt
Grant
my
is going to go
feelings.
sulk again. Every Wisconsin Badger fan in the room hates me now. But either way, though, so we got Jimmy got 2 points on that little spiel there. So well done.
Good
All
job,
right.
Jimmy.
Nicely done, gentlemen.
It's time for another break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz, presented by the Sports Quotient and Sports Radio America. Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. We're playing this week with Jimmy Burg, Grant Coppersmith, and Kurt Colburn. And here again is your host at the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. In just a minute, we put our panelists to the test in our Name 5 panelist showdown. But first, panel, it's time for you to answer some more questions from the week's news.
Grant, the basketball world lost a beloved star this week when Meadowlark Lemon passed away. Which team helped Lemon become an international star?
Would you like a hint? You can ask for a hint as a
I would-
panelist.
I can?
Yeah,
I'd
absolutely.
love it. I'd love
We
it.
care. It's all about the panelists, not about us. You can't ask a panelist for help. Well, you can kind of. I mean, either way.
Well,
though,
who would I ask for help? 'Cause
Who
I need help.
would you like to ask for help? Would you like to ask me, or would you ask?
I would
like
love to
Kurt?
ask you for
You'd
help.
like to ask me?
sir.
Okay,
I always do.
It's not an NBA team. It's a team that's known for tricks, and they had a Scooby-Doo special.
I know the Harlem.
There it is.
Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nicely done. Yes. For some of you, you maybe got to go see a game when you were a child, or maybe you remember the Scooby-Doo meets the Harlem Globetrotters special. Either way, though, Meadowlark Lemon, probably the most iconic figure of the Harlem Globetrotters, and he will be missed. Jimmy, I always love these questions for you. I always come up with the most obscure ones just for you. The Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton became a father this week. What did he name his newborn son?
Jeez. I need a clue because I really don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how you give me a clue
Josh,
for it.
I'm blanking on the movie.
The Prophecy of Anakin Skywalker.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you. What is he?
A Jedi.
No, he's if you go to select somebody, they are what?
The one. The prophecy, the chosen one.
Yes, there we go. Chosen.
gosh.
It is Chosen Newton is the firstborn son of Cam Newton.
I was going to say Dabney.
Dabney, yeah, I thought about it too. I'm a little upset though because that's the name that my wife and I were going to use for our firstborn, Chosen Colburn. It's got a nice ring to it. However, we did decide to go with Dab instead, so that'll be our firstborn son's name.
Ugh.
Kurt, TCU quarterback Trevor Boykin did not play in the Alamo Bowl game due to him doing what this week?
Let's see. I think he hit somebody over the head with a baseball bat. I have no idea.
I mean, Grant
Baxter's
seems
drinking heavily over there. I'm
That's
assuming
irrelevant
it has
to the
something to do with
conversation.
heavily drinking, getting into a fight.
Grant, do you want to?
I would love to steal that question.
Well, I didn't say
please
you could
do.
steal.
Steal
I
it.
didn't say you
Can I
could
hint
steal.
it?
You can
Can I
hint
hint
it.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
hint it.
hint.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought
there's no
about it.
stealing. What is this?
I mean,
Jeff?
I'm all about stealing.
We don't condone stealing on What's the Score.
Shoot. Okay.
From the ad council.
All right.
Your hint, sir?
What's a good? He didn't take out the baseball bat part. Just take out the baseball bat part
He hit
and
someone.
He got
and
into a
hit
scuffle at an
member,
establishment.
He hit I don't know, hit a coach? No.
It starts with a C.
You're hurt.
Starts
This
with
is
a
just
C.
painful. How much longer do we
Badge,
drag
they wear
this
a
on?
badge.
They were a cop.
Yeah.
Really?
There you
Oh,
go.
see, I
He got
didn't
into a
hear
bar
that. I
fight
didn't
and he
even know that.
assaulted a cop, unfortunately.
I wouldn't give me a point for that. Jeez. Thank you. Anyway.
Either way, though, one of the most talented players in all of college football, playing in one of the biggest games in his career, and he decides to go in to get into trouble.
Well,
along with
personally, I still think that it ended up for the best because we got a great game.
We
Great
did, yes.
comeback
TCU
game.
overcame a 31-0 halftime deficit and ended up winning 47-41 in overtime. So nicely done to the Horned Frogs.
Our final contestant game is just on the other side of the break. This is What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz, presented by Sports Radio America and the Sports Quotient. Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. We're playing this week with Kurt Colburn, Grant Coppersmith, and Jimmy Burg. And here again is your host at the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. We've had a great show so far. Remember, if you'd like to call and play our games on air or drop by the studio and play as well, just shoot us an email by going to wtsportsquiz@gmail.com or click on the links on top of our social media pages.
On our last show, we debuted a new game called Who's Who, and it was the only game where we had a winner as well. Let's see if our latest contestant can keep up the winning tradition.
Playing our Who's Who game is James Moran. Welcome to the show, James.
All right, I'm glad to be here.
Oh, I love it. The British accent just makes it all better.
Is that real?
It just plays one on TV.
From the south side of Milwaukee, really.
In this game, James, you'll be given 5 questions. You'll be provided descriptions of 2 sports figures in each question. You must identify both figures to earn a point. Correctly answer 3 out of the 5 questions, and you will win our prize, a What's the Score t-shirt.
Just a reminder, James, if you do get stuck, you can ask one panelist for help. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here is your first clue.
He's the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, while he is a safety for the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. God, this is terrible. This is American sports, so this is
I know.
nothing
See,
to do
I
with
feel
English
bad
sports, I
about
take
this,
it.
you know.
Okay.
So I will.
Okay.
We can do it one of 2 ways, James. You
Let's
can pick a panelist to help guide you through the entire game if you'd like, since you're not from this side of the pond, or you can tough it out and prove that Britain really is better than the rest of the world.
That's true. That's true. You see, I think about the Seattle Seahawks one, but the other one was Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
God, I just watched them play the Packers. All right, I'm going to ask, let's say, Mr. Coppersmith for some help.
All right. What? I have to give him a hint. I can't give him the exact answer.
You can give him. Don't give him the exact. You can give him the other half of the name if you'd like.
Okay, so can I give him his last name?
Yes, give him the last names.
Newton.
Okay.
And for Seattle,
Which safety?
Well, if it's the... This is painful.
Sherman.
Sherman's the corner. Is it Chancellor?
That's the other one, yeah. So Newton and Chancellor are your last names. We're looking for the first name now of both of those gentlemen.
Okay, is it Cap Newton? Is that
Say it again?
Cap Newton? Is it?
The British accent, we'll call it Cam. I think we'll call it Cam. All right, it was Cam Newton. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. I understand now. They have
There
the
you
same
go. So he
first
wasn't
name.
here
It
last
didn't even cross my mind.
This is why we listen to the instructions.
I don't listen.
Obviously. All right, here is your second question. Now that we've all understood how to play the game, just to be nice, if you want to scrap Grant and pick a different panelist to help you out, you're welcome to.
I got him there, just to be fair.
All right, here's your second question. He is the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, while he is a tight end for the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, bloody hell, man. This is terrible now. The Green Bay.
It's like listening to a
tight end,
Geico
tight
commercial.
end.
It's fantastic.
Trying to think of the tight end position. Let's see. Would you like to help me?
I'll give you a help. Let's
on,
see. It's no good when your luck is quarreling.
That's brilliant, actually.
Okay. Oh, God.
So you need the first names now, since you kind of got the last names.
Yeah. Oh, this is naughty. Bad.
I can give you 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pass.
We were looking for Andrew Luck and Andrew Corliss. I know, it's a little... I'm sorry. I apologize. That's why I apologize in advance for this game. But anyway, moving on. You still got plenty of time now that you've kind of adapted Kurt as your go-to man. I mean, you can use Jimmy, too, if you want. I mean, you might as well just pull from the audience if you'd like. All right, here's your next question.
Jimmy needs some love.
He's the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, while he was the quarterback of the New England Patriots.
Trust me, ask somebody on this one.
Boy, he was the
He,
quarterback of the New
yes.
England.
So one still plays, one is retired now.
Okay. Jimmy?
The last names are Breeze and Bledsoe.
Okay. Drew.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
My 19 years of living in the U.S. are paying off.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go. All right, here we go. Next question. He is a hockey player for the Pittsburgh Penguins, while he is the kicker for the Green Bay Packers.
Jimmy, you've helped me out here. Let's keep
You
it
got a
going.
relationship here, Jimmy. This
Oh
is
yeah.
important.
So we're because they're talking last names now,
Yes.
correct?
Yep. They both share the same
so
last name.
the first names are Sidney for the hockey player and Mason for the football player.
Oh, Crosby.
Yeah,
Crosby,
correct.
yes.
That
All
is
right,
correct,
all right.
sir. Nicely
Very
done.
good.
Woo, he's sweating over here. Someone's turning up the temperature. All right, here is your last question for you, sir, to see if you can go 4 for 5. He's already done so far. So let's see what you got.
He's the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, while he is a player for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay. Oh, I should know the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, my goodness. Is that one that played for the Badgers?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're halfway there.
Gosh. Jimmy, come on. Wait.
Wilson and Westbrook.
Russell Wilson?
Yes.
All right.
Russell Wilson and Russell Westbrook. Nicely done. Game Master Scheibe, how did our British lad fare in our game?
He got 4 correct. That means that he's a winner.
All right.
Nicely done, James. Thank you for playing.
Thanks for your help.
The time for our panelist showdown is nearly upon us. Stay tuned for our battle to see which panelist knows the most about the sports world. You're listening to What's the Score, the sports news quiz, presented by Sports Radio America and the Sports Quotient. You're listening to What's the Score, the sports news quiz, and our first show of 2016. I'm Josh Scheibe. We're playing this week with Kurt Colburn, Jimmy Burg, and Grant Coppersmith. And here again is your host at the BLC studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. It is now time for my favorite part of the show, the Name 5 Panelist Showdown.
Our panelists will be given 4 topics in which they will have 10 seconds to name 5 people, teams, places, or things related to the sports world. Each panelist will have the same category. However, they cannot repeat answers. 1 point is awarded for each correct answer.
Game Master Scheibe, can you please give us the scores?
Grant has 3 points, Kurt also has 3, and Jimmy has 4.
Ooh, all right. Well, Jimmy, they say first is the best, so you are going to be going first.
All right.
And the way we're doing it this week is we are randomizing the topic. So your first category is Name 5 NBA players. Jimmy, 10 seconds on the clock. We begin with you. Go.
Jared Bayless, Yana Antetokounmpo, Jabari Parker, Greg Monroe, and Ersan Ilyasova.
That is correct. Well done, sir. He got 5. Next up is Kurt. Good luck, sir. Here we go. 10 seconds on the clock, and begin.
You lost me at NBA players. I have absolutely no idea.
Nobody
Not
at
a
all.
clue.
You got
Not a
5
clue.
seconds. Nothing?
Nothing in 10 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
He named all the ones that maybe ran out. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's all right. You know, you're
You
just
got
letting
me
them
up-
get
you got
warmed
me
up,
at
and then you'll
my
come storming back. I understand.
Expertise.
Grant, here we go. 10 seconds on the clock for you, sir. Are you ready? Here we go, and begin.
Kobe Bryant, Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, Stephen Curry, and Klay Thompson.
There you go. He got all 5.
Nice job.
LeBron James. Nobody.
Can I just say ditto?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow. He got all
Hey,
5. There you
5
go.
points.
Mark
Good
that
job.
down, Josh. Perfect. All right. Not for real. No, just kidding. All right. All right, gentlemen. Here is your second. Name 5 Division I schools. We're starting with you this time, Kurt. On your mark. Get set. Go.
All right, let's go Michigan, Michigan State. Let's go Wisconsin. Let's go Illinois. And let's go Iowa.
There we go. He got all 5. G-Rant, you're up, sir. On your mark. Get set. Go.
Ohio State, Maryland, Rutgers, Florida, and Florida State.
There we go. He got 5 in 5 seconds. Jimmy, are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oregon, Oregon State, Stanford, UCLA, USC.
Boom, boom, boom. I love it. 4 seconds. 4.7 seconds. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nicely done. All right, we're 2 rounds in. We're on to our third round, which your category will be Name 5 NHL teams, starting with you, Grant. This is not rigged for the studio audience that's booing at me. Here we go, Grant. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
St. Louis Blues, Toronto Maple Leafs, Boston Bruins, Washington Capitals, and Minnesota Wild.
Time. You did that in 7 seconds? Come on. It's slow for
I
you.
was making sure I was careful.
Fair
This
enough.
is high pressure.
This is high
situation.
pressure. You got all 5, so nicely done, Grant.
Do not rush me.
I'm so sorry. You had 3 seconds. All right, here we go, Jimmy. 3, 2, 1, begin.
New York Rangers, LA Kings, Carolina Hurricane, Nashville Predators, and Phoenix Coyotes.
Those are all correct, Grant. Those are all hockey teams.
Technically, it's
Is it the
Arizona,
Arizona
right
Coyotes?
now,
Well,
but
I mean,
I'll let
that's
that
fine. You
Yeah.
got it. All right, so we got all 5.
They
Nicely done.
to be fair, it was Phoenix, and then they changed it to Arizona last season.
What's the difference? It's the same thing.
different? It changed hands. I think the team.
Okay, I don't want to get into this debate. Anyway, all right, Kurt, here we go. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Islanders, Panthers, Canucks, Senators, Canadians.
There we go. Wow. Look at that. Well done. Okay, Master Scheibe, where are we at after our 3 rounds?
Kurt has 13, Grant has 18, and Jimmy has 18 as well.
Oh, my. All right, well, Kurt, you will go for just
I'm
for
trying
fun.
for a third-time loss here.
Hey,
This
it's
is
the
gonna be
bronze
great.
medal. Someone's got to win the bronze medal.
I
you
do
know?
every time.
Appreciate it. All right, here we go. Your final category is name 5 NFL players in any existence. They can be retired. They can be current. This is
Wow.
anything. Name 5 NFL players, starting with you, Kurt. On your mark, get set, go.
Brett Favre, Reggie White, Aaron Rodgers. Let's see. Yeah, thanks. Sure. Now you totally made me lose my train of thought.
What? I was just
Jeez.
doing the discount double check. You gotta-
Yeah, I know. Which I already thanks. You just totally made me lose my
So
train of
sorry.
thought.
All right.
I don't need any help looking stupid. Thanks,
I'm
Max.
sorry. Jimmy, you will go first, sir.
Okay.
So you got to go for perfect. If they tie, we'll go to sudden death between you two.
Okay.
So, Jimmy, here we go. On your mark, get set, go.
Don Barclay, Josh Sitton, J.C. Treader, T.J. Lang, David Bakhtiari.
Boom, just walked down the Packers'
Ooh,
offensive
that was
line. I like
impressive.
it. All right, Grant, you have to get 5. Remember, it's past, present, not future. Your son doesn't count. I'm sorry. Here we go. 10 seconds. Begin.
Cam Newton, Steve Atwater, John Kuhn, James Starks, and Eddie Lacy.
Wow, there we go. We've got a tie.
Love
All
the
right.
Steve Atwater.
Yeah, thank you.
Who's
I was
that?
also
Nice.
thinking Night Train Lane, but I blanked on
Oh,
him
my
for a
goodness.
second.
All right, so we will
I
just
should've gone Billy
have
Ray Shoes.
Jimmy and Grant play this final round. And if we end in a tie, we end in a tie. So, sorry, Kurt. We're going with 5 AFC teams. Grant, you will start this round. Are you ready, sir?
Yep.
On your mark, get set, and begin.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, New England Patriots, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Indianapolis Colts.
You got all 5. All right, Jimmy, you know what you need to do, sir. You need 5. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And begin.
Oakland Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs, Denver Broncos, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Miami Dolphins.
You got all 5. Nicely done. All right. Well, Game Master Scheibe, in the first time in show history, we have a tie.
We do indeed.
Well, congratulations to Grant and to Jimmy this week. Well done, gentlemen.
Good job, gentlemen.
Each of you gets half a What's the Score t-shirt.
We'll give you a cutoff. It's a
Excellent.
cutoff each. You know, we got to show off your best
I call
features.
the sleeves.
Fantastic. All right. Well, What's the Score has been a production of the Sports Quotient and Sports Radio America. Thank you to all of our contestants and our studio audience here at the BLC studios. Our panelists this week have been Jimmy Burg, Kurt Colburn, and Grant Coppersmith. Our social media producers are Erica Hill and Emily Heffler. Our theme was composed by Danny Hoffenstein. Our executive director is Liz Colburn. And our executive producer is Corey Plath.
I've been your game master, Josh Scheibe.
And I've been your host, Baxter Colburn. Thank you so much for listening. Happy New Year, Dab Christmas, and thank you for listening to What's the Score. We'll see you next time.